The Snood. This practical neck warmer gained mainstream attention in the Premier League around 2010, though its roots are in the cold weather training gear used by foreign players in England. The trend was famously popularised by Manchester City's Carlos Tevez and Yaya Toure, along with Arsenal's Samir Nasri and Mario Balotelli. While it became a hit for its thermal benefits and unique silhouette, it sparked a fierce debate among traditionalists like Sir Alex Ferguson, who eventually banned his players from wearing them. The trend was officially cut short in 2011 when the IFAB banned the accessory during matches for safety reasons, but it remains a nostalgic symbol of that specific era of football fashion. Short sleeves with gloves. This striking combination was brought into the global spotlight in the late 90s and early 2000s, most famously by Arsenal legend Thierry Henry. While goalkeepers had used gloves since the late 19th century, outfield players only began adopting them as a stylistic and functional choice in the modern era. Henry's decision to pair gloves with a short-sleeved jersey created a sleek, high-intensity look that has since been emulated by modern stars like Riyad Mahrez. It matters because it signals a cold-weather specialist mindset, prioritizing finger warmth and psychological edge while keeping the arms free for maximum mobility. Vapour Rub on chest. This gritty aesthetic was popularised in the Premier League during the late 90s, most notably by Arsenal captain Patrick Vieira. While the practice of using mentholated ointments like Vicks to open airways is decades old, Vieira made it a visible part of his matchday kit by applying a large, damp circle of it directly onto the centre of his jersey. In more recent years, modern players like Vinicius Jr. have been spotted using the same technique during high-stakes matches. The look has become a symbol of physical preparation and respiratory efficiency, turning a simple medical application into a mark of a player ready for war on the pitch. Sock height. The trend of varying sock heights gained significant attention in the early 2000s, representing two distinct player archetypes. High socks pulled over the knees became a trademark of Thierry Henry, who took the inspiration from his teammate Sonny Anderson at Monaco. Conversely, the low sock look with tiny shin pads was historically embodied by Francesco Totti and has been revived in recent years by Jack Grealish and Paulo Dybala. While Grealish famously started the habit after his socks shrank in the wash at Aston Villa, the look now signals a Maverick creative identity that values freedom of movement and a lack of restriction around the calves. The Alice band. This thin headband has been a staple for long-haired players since at least the 1960s, but it saw a massive surge in pop culture relevance in the early 2000s thanks to David Beckham. While earlier players like Claudio Caniggia used thin bands in the 90s, Beckham's constant hair transitions made the accessory a global fashion statement. More recently, players like Jack Grealish and Darwin Núñez have maintained the look, using it to keep hair out of their eyes while adding a touch of bohemian flair to their kit. It represents the perfect intersection of grooming and professional sport, allowing for personal expression without sacrificing performance. Jewelry and chains. The iced-out look of wearing gold or silver chains during games gained peak visibility in the 1990s, with players like Ian Wright, Ruud Gullit and Gianfranco Zola often sporting visible necklaces. While players have worn religious or sentimental jewelry for decades, the practice was officially outlawed by FIFA in 1999 for safety reasons. Today, players like Neymar or Paul Pogba still carry this aesthetic by wearing jewelry during pre-match warm-ups or taping over items to keep them close to the skin. It remains a defiant mark of personal status and luxury, bridging the gap between a player's personal life and their professional uniform. The wristband. While wristbands have been used for sweat management since the mid-20th century, the modern trend of using white athletic tape as a wristband gained major attention in the 2010s through players like Luis Suarez. Suarez famously used the tape to support a prior injury, but turned it into a ritual, often writing the names of his children on the tape and kissing it after every goal. Today, players like Karim Benzema and Darwin Núñez are frequently seen with heavily wrapped wrists. The look has evolved from a medical necessity into a superstitious canvas, allowing players to carry personal messages and luck onto the pitch with them. Baggy shirts. This iconic silhouette dominated the football world throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, moving away from the tight short kits of the 1970s. Brands like Nike, Adidas and Umbro embraced oversized cuts and heavy fabrics, a look perfectly personified by Eric Cantona with his upturned collar and loose-fitting Manchester United jersey. The aesthetic gained massive streetwear traction during the 1990 World Cup and the early Premier League years, fueled by the Gallagher brothers and Britpop culture. It matters today as a retro staple, representing an era before hyper-athletic, skin-tight technology, when the kit was as much a lifestyle garment as it was a sports uniform.